and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from Frankenmuth, Michigan. Today's verse is Romans 8:8, but I'm going to reread 7 so that it'll jumpstart us into 8. It says, because the mindset on the flesh is hostile toward God, for it does not subject itself to the law of God. Now, this is the part that really gets us into verse 8. For it is not even able to do so. And now this week's verse, and those who are in the flesh cannot please God. That's a harsh statement. Those that are in the flesh cannot. They're not able to do this, cannot please God. They could do nice things. They could give to the poor. That's terrific. They can visit the sick. That's lovely. But if they do that under their own human efforts, by default, it's still a sin. Why? Because it's not being directed, controlled by the Holy Spirit. That's how it is a true work of God, when the Spirit is doing the work through us, not that we're doing it out of our own power. Now, once we become a Christian, we invite the Spirit to be in the driver's seat. He's the boss. He controls us now because we've surrendered control to Him, everything about us in love. Then He controls us. Then it's not a sin because it's His work through us. And after we become a Christian, we can still sin a little temporarily, but He's still the boss. I'll get to that in a minute, but let's look at a dire warning here. Way back here, we covered Matthew 7:21. Look at this. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven will enter. So we might think, oh, I can do this. I'll just keep the law on my own, and I'll keep the 10 Commandments and everything else. And, well, that's what the Pharisees did. And they missed the mark. It has to be through the Spirit's work through us, not through our own human efforts. But let's keep reading. Verse 22, many, notice that word, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name cast out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Wow, that not only sounds like Christians, that sounds like hardcore Christians. They're casting out demons. They're prophesying. They're speaking in tongues. They're healing people. They're showing the gifts of the Spirit. They must be Christians, right? Well, let's keep reading. Verse 23, and then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. Jesus doesn't say, well, I used to know you, but now you've blown it and I don't know you anymore. No, I never knew you. That indicates to me that there can be people out there who claim to be Christians, and they can practice so-called gifts of the Spirit. They can prophesy, but it's fake. They can speak in tongues, but it's fake. They can heal, but it's fake. They can cast out demons, but it's fake. That stuff can be fake. Jesus says this, by this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you speak in tongues. No, he doesn't say that. It says, if you have love for one another. The real evidence of being a Christian are the fruits of the Spirit, starting with love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, all of that. It starts with love, and that's what will come out. And my guess is because the fruits of the Spirit are 24/7. The gifts of the Spirit are just bursts of activity. And same with Christian acts, like giving. It's just a short little thing. But the fruits are constant. Now, once we are a Christian, the Spirit is in the driver's seat, we could still sin by maybe reaching over and trying to wrestle control of the steering wheel or fiddling with all the controls. It's a bad idea, and the Lord will discipline us for that, maybe seriously too. It might hurt, but there's that point where we have surrendered everything to Him in love, and He is the boss. He's in the driver's seat. He's in control, and that's when we can please God because He's doing the work through us. So let's choose to love every moment, and then we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.